It's a breezy Saturday morning. The air smells like hot coffee and the trace left behind by the rain, while the hum of an overheating laptop fills the space. You're sitting at your home desk, wandering through the digital landscape of forgotten forums, broken links, and usernames of people who logged off decades ago. You're deep in the corners of an underground music archive, scrolling through endless lists of dead data, clicking your way through small clouds of digital dust as you flip through old threads, hoping to find something decent. When you stumble across a leaked audio file with a title that makes your heart stop. The file description tells you a story that sounds too wild to be true. The year is 1983. The place is a rainy, forgotten pub in Salford, England. David Bowie walks in, sits down with the surviving members of Joy Division, gets completely drunk, and decides to record a track. For decades, music historians call this the ultimate holy grail, a legendary mythical session where the starman himself fronted the greatest post-punk band in history. And when the audio finally leaked onto the internet, it completely broke the music world. Rolling Stone, NME, and hundreds of thousands of fans all fell for it, until the actual band members stepped forward to reveal a horrifying truth about what they were actually listening to. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Luna. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, thank you for being here again. If you're a fan of 80s alternative music, or if you just love a brilliant, beautifully executed internet mystery, today we are diving into the ultimate pop culture ghost story. To understand how a single audio file completely fooled the global music industry, we have to understand who Joy Division actually was. They weren't just another rock band. They were the architects of a whole new emotional landscape. In 1976, 4 working-class kids from Manchester went to a Sex Pistols concert, watched the raw chaos on stage, and decided to build their own band. They called themselves Joy Division. While the rest of the punk scene was screaming at the government, Joy Division turned the screaming inward. Led by the jagged mechanical bass lines of Peter Hook and the hypnotic frantic stage dancing of frontman Ian Curtis, they stripped away the flashy solos of 70s rock. They replaced them with cold, spacious rhythms that sounded exactly like the gray, concrete factories they grew up around. They invented post-punk, a genre built on isolation, dread, and a strange, haunting beauty. They were on the absolute package deal brink of global stardom, preparing for their very first American tour, until the summer of 1980, when Ian Curtis, tragically, took his own life at just 23 years old. Devastated by their friends' passing, the surviving members, Bernard Sumner, Peter Hook, and Stephen Morris, faced a difficult dilemma: to either give up or to mutate. After much discussion, they chose to change their name to New Order, completely reinvent their sound, and went on to create amazing electronic masterpieces. But fans always wondered, what if? What if Ian Curtis's signature deep baritone voice could be brought back? Enter the myth of the 1983 Salford sessions. The rumor mill claimed that during David Bowie's massive 1983 Serious Moonlight World Tour, he made a secret pit stop in Manchester. The legend says he met up with New Order at a local pub. And the next morning, they entered a rehearsal space to record a raw, synth-heavy post-punk cover of Love Will Tear Us Apart. It was the ultimate music nerd fantasy. David Bowie channeling the tragic ghost of Ian Curtis. And then, in 2014, a YouTube channel uploaded the proof. The internet absolutely melted down. The audio was uncanny. It didn't sound like a modern digital imitation. It had the perfect dusty analog tape hiss of a cassette left in a damp basement for 30 years. The vocals had the exact signature dramatic vibrato that David Bowie used in the mid-80s. Music critics were writing essays analyzing the track. Vinyl collectors were begging for a physical release, and it quickly racked up hundreds of thousands of views. The illusion was so flawless that it traveled all the way up the music industry food chain until it hit the desk of Peter Hook, the legendary bassist of Joy Division himself. Peter Hook took one listen to the track, went straight to social media, and blew the entire illusion completely out of the water. He publicly confirmed that New Order had never recorded with David Bowie. They had never jammed in Salford in 1983, and the entire thing was an absolute fabrication. But that raised an even bigger, more unsettling question. If it wasn't David Bowie, who on earth was singing? It turned out that the track wasn't a historical discovery at all. It was a masterclass in modern digital deception. The audio was actually created by an incredibly talented, hyper-specific tribute artist and audio producer who set out to see if they could perfectly replicate the sonic DNA of 1983. They didn't just imitate Bowie's voice. They used authentic 1980s vintage synthesizers, tracked the bass lines using the exact same vintage equipment Peter Hook used, and deliberately degraded the digital audio to make it mimic the specific frequency losses of an aging cassette tape. It was an art piece designed to exploit our collective nostalgia. It proved that in the digital age, a ghost can be manufactured in a bedroom studio with nothing more than a good microphone and a deep understanding of music history. That's all for today. If you want to see more of me, please click the video on the screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!